everyone, this is Chris from Stylharmony. Thank you for joining me. So in today's video we're going to do some good for our planet because we're going to recycle some plastic bottles, and you will see it's super easy to do. You can do this craft with almost any kind of bottle as long as it's plastic, so you can cut it very easily. You can do it with large bottles, longer bottles, and with this kind of bottle that is not that long, which is actually about 10 inches, you can even make two boxes. You can make this one, for example, which is already quite a big box. You can put a lot of things in here. You could put some candies if you wanted to, chocolates. You can make it as a present and put a necklace, a bracelet, something to offer. And you can also make this box. So today I'm just going to show you one of this box, which is this one, the round one. And I will do this one next time because I haven't measured anything yet. I just eyeballed everything, so I want to give you something more precise. But you can make this ball, you can make this this box, I'm sorry, into the same bottle with the leftovers. Okay, so first you're going to take your empty bottle, of course take all the paper out, and you're going to clean it very well inside outside. But when you're ready to cut, use a little bit of alcohol. I've got some alcohol here, and it's going to really take all the grease out of it, and you can put a little bit on your fingers too and really take all the grease out of here. It'll be better. You might have to do this when you're finished, but at least to start up with, that's going to be good. Then we're going to do two different measurements, and as you can see here, that's usually visible on all kinds of bottles. You've got a line here, actually it's the line of the mold. You're going to measure from here. You're going to measure, it's in centimeters, it's going to be 3.5 centimeters. If it's in metrics, you're going to cut, or at least not cut yet, but make a mark at 1 inch and 1.5 inches or 1 1/4 inches. You have a little bit of wiggle room, so you can make it a little bit taller or a little smaller, so you've got a little wiggle room. So I'm going to do it for 3.5 centimeters, and again that would really make 1.25 inches, and that will work. So I'm going to do it here. You can go up to 4 centimeters, as I said. So you're going to make a few marks like this, and I'm trying to put my marks here in the middle here of this shape of my bottle. Okay, you've got this shape, and I'm going to make my mark. I'm going to eyeball it here to make it kind of in the middle. So I said 3.5, trying to make it straight, and I'm going to make a mark here. And use a alcohol marker for this. A Sharpie will be just fine. And I think I'm going to switch to a Sharpie because you'll see it better. It's going to be bigger. So I'm making my first mark here, and you're going to make another mark here. You're going to make 5 marks because that's the number of little things I have here. Let's call it a flower, so petals. So I'm going to go to the next one. Try to center it up, and 3.5 or 1 1/4. One more. Up, and that's going to be my 5th. So as you see, I'm trying to line it up in the center. Okay, so that's going to be 1 mark, and that's actually what we're going to do our folds. But we're going to cut here a little bit higher. So you can make other marks if you want to, and I have, for my example here, cut at 3.25 from the same line. So you just, which is in centimeters, 8.5. So you're going to make other marks here wherever you want. That's not a problem because we're going to cut the bottle at this point. And if you feel better putting some kind of adhesive to make it perfectly round when you're going to cut and make the lines, that's totally up to you how you feel better. So I've done this, so I'm going to join my lines here. That's if you need to. And this is where we're going to cut. And don't worry about your marker lines here because we're going to take them off with our alcohol. So that's what Sharpies are really going to be useful for, and also for decoration. So now I'm going to cut my bottle. So please, if your young people are looking at this video, don't do this by yourself, because we might use a cutting knife like this, or very sharp scissors. And I don't want you to be hurt, so ask an adult to come and do it for you. So I like to start up a little bit with an X-Acto knife, but if you can poke a tool like your scissors, and use sturdy scissors, don't use good scissors for this. Where did I make my hole? Oh, there it is. And I'm going to start cutting. There you go. And now what you may want to do, even if you trim it a little bit, it's not going to be a big problem. You just need to make sure that everything is even, you don't have sharp edges. So now that you have cut your bottle and you have nothing poking, it should not cut you. Honestly, it's really safe here. I don't see anything that is going to cut me. So that's one important thing to know. Now what we're going to do is from this side here to our point, we're going to cut. We're going to do some slits. So I'm going to do my first one up to my 1.5 mark, 1 2/8. I said 1 2/8 or 1 1/4. Again, it doesn't have to be accurate. You're going to make 5 slits like this. And I'm trying to do this straight, not to be too much on an angle. Okay. Now at this point, what you can do is take your alcohol and your paper here, your towel, and take away your marks here. And as you can see, because it's an alcohol-based marker, all your marks here are just going away. You don't need them any longer. We're done with measuring, and the pieces here as well. Just one more here, and that's good. So now you're going to take each of these pieces that we cut out. We're going to rounder here a little bit. We're going to make it nicer, because this is going to hurt you. This is a really pokey piece here. So we're just going to round the edges a little bit. Make it like it looks a little bit like a petal, a flower petal. So that's what, put one below and one on the top. That's going to be easier. I hope you will be able to see this on camera. On black, I thought it was going to be better. So do you see how I rounded this one? You can make it even rounder if you want to. As long as, again, nothing is going to be harsh and pokey in order not to cut you or hurt yourself. And you're going to do this to all your petals. Okay, I'm finished with my petals here. So what you want to do now is fold all your petals down where you stopped your cutting. So we're going to take one, put it inside, and just fold it very well. And almost the secret in here to make your box close is how you're going to fold. So don't be scared of really well folding. Then you're going to do the same with the other petals and fold them really well. And it's really easy to do. See how they're staying already in the bottom of my bottle here? Oh, and a little hint for you, because it really worked for me. If you want to take the best way I have found to take all your tags and the glue out of the bottles is using WD-40. I think it's how it's called. WD-40. It's a greasy stuff, but it takes grease also. I mean, not grease, but it takes tape and scotch really, really easily. You just have to clean it very well afterwards with some soap and water. But to take all your tags and these little bits here work just fine. I have to just do it again because I thought it was good enough, but it is not. And I can see it now on black paper. So now you've got this, your little box is technically finished. Now what you can do is decorate it. So if you want to make some nice little drawings, here I've just used some, and I've made a mistake, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. But it was just for an example. I just did some polka dots because, you know, you can't go wrong with polka dots if you don't have anything else on your mind, you don't know what to do. So you can either color from the inside or you can also color from the outside because they're alcohol markers. Whatever brand you want to do. I have the Sharpies and I think it's just good enough to make this thing, this decoration, I'm sorry. So I'm just putting dots and I'm going to go back maybe on my white background here. It's going to be easier and it's going to dry in minutes. And in case you make a mistake, don't worry. Again, you just take your bottle of alcohol, and rubbing alcohol is just fine for this. Don't go and buy something expensive. And you'll be able to erase it and start over again. So I really like this project for this. And of course inside you can use also some tissue paper of any color if you wanted to make something very girly. You could also put some flowers everywhere all around it. I decided to make it something really simple, so the polka dots and a little flower to shut it. And I thought about this as well. This is a paper. Let me go back. I'm really putting this in your face otherwise. It's a wrapping paper and it's very shimmery. I like to use this one very much because I know girls love it. So you can put this inside here, your box. And you don't have to do the polka dots with this. I probably put a bit too much here. I hope my box is still going to fill, but maybe put a bit less. And then what you're going to do is just shut here all your petals. I usually do it one after the other. I don't crisscross. And I really try to make my folds again. And it's going to shut close. You don't need to put a ribbon. You could, of course, and I think a ribbon would look nice here as an embellishment, but also just putting a flower on top, because this is where you're going to put normally your decoration, your main decoration. So if you put something really big here, I would go with something less maybe decorated on the sides. You could also put a ribbon here and the same, or another ribbon around here. So I mean, the possibilities to decorate this box are endless, and it's really, really easy. Polka dots, not polka dots, tissue paper. You could make your own pattern paper to put in here. It's really easy, and in case it's not completely clean, you can go ahead now inside your box and use again your alcohol, because you couldn't go there before with your hands. Just in case there are stains, go in there, spray a little bit, take it off. So there you go. Again, make sure you're doing really well your creases here, because this is what is going to make your box fold. So if you wanted to do this on a big bottle, make sure that these flaps here are not too long and go off your bottle here, okay? So they should be a little over the center, should go a little over the center of your box. So my center would be somewhere like here. They're just a little over. So you could make it wider if you wanted to, but these flaps are really, really important. And the creases are important. And I don't really have any mark. There's no white marking here. So this is really what I like as well. It's not, you know, ugly edges. And if you look at the box here, which again is just my trial box, the edges here are not white either. It's just, and it's a square made out of a round bottle. So it's really nice to do. I have to clean this one up, but I was just wanted to give it a try to see if it really works, and it works just fine. You can put a lid. It's not going to close perfectly, especially this one, because I said I eyeballed it, but then you can put a ribbon and close it shut. So this is really nice too. And you're just going to use, I just used this part of the bottle. So to not throw away anything, we're going to be using this part too. That will be in a second part of recycling your plastic bottles. And you can make them these ahead of a time and get, you know, make 4 or 5 ahead of time, so you've got always a little box ready in case you're invited at the last minute to a place and you still want to offer something. I usually make a few of them so I'm not desperate at the last minute if I forgot. So there you have it. I hope this video was helpful to you, and also it's very fun to do because so quick. Please, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give me some thumbs up and comment, because commenting also helps my channel, helps support my channel and have a better rank. And subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and also share. Sharing is caring. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.